What's up, my guys? We are back in line once again. It's your boys, Tiggy Nation and JT. Got a got a quick update here on our boy, Juice Jerry Jake Nixon. He told me today he's retired. He's retired.
What?
He told me he's retired for right now on the podcast. And you know what? That's all right. Sometimes, you got to take a little break, and I'm okay with it. Um, but yeah, he's retired. He told me he was retired today, so we will miss you. You will still be here in spirit, and you are welcome back whenever you would like to be back. What's up, Tiggy Nation?
I mean, you mentioned you had a Jake update. I thought you were going to tell me off stream. You're like, no, I'll wait. And then you just say this guy's retiring, quitting on the team. Like we're in the foxhole, and he's like, my deployment's over. I'm going home, guys. Like what? I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, I would have been remiss if I didn't say something here on the podcast, and I'm sure he wouldn't have it any other way. But yeah, Jake's on a quick, I'm gonna say interim retirement.
Okay.
I'm never gonna say it's permanent. You know what I mean?
We had we had our podcast audited by the PC media, and they found some findings in earlier episodes that Jake may or may not have said, and we had to put him on an interim break, interim vacation. We'll run with that.
Suspended indefinitely. So that's where we're at there. But what's up? What's going on, Tiggy Nation? How are we doing this week? How was your weekend? Anything new happen?
Yeah. I mean, it's been like 2 weeks now, so it's gonna be a 2-week break episode.
Well, first off, before you go, that's crazy to me. Because you're right. We did it when? Last Saturday, right? Last Sunday or something, and now we're on the following Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday? What the frick?
I think we did it the following Sunday, and then we opened it on Monday, and now we're recording again on a Tuesday, gonna upload on Thursday. So, that's the thing. I mean, we got Jake who's thrown in the towel as of now, and me and you are working our way to find a little consistency, but it's tough. I mean, you're traveling all the time. I am 3 hours back and just staying later and later at work, honestly. So it's been tough to find some time to get these going, but we're still here. We're still churning them out.
We are. Yeah, we are.
We're not leaving.
No, we're not fucking leaving. One of these days I'm gonna get myself an actual computer, so I don't gotta keep doing this on my phone. But hey, it works for right now. It's working. I'll get myself a better microphone. But yeah, we're still here. Not going anywhere. Not going anywhere anytime soon. I don't know when, and this is not any kind of announcement. I'm saying maybe in years or whatever. Maybe I'll even have little JT on here with me. And he'll be the legacy of the pod. So it'll live on forever. But yeah, we're here. Glad to be back. What happened to me? What happened? Actually, I didn't even let you say what happened. I interrupted your story. So we're going to go back to you. Tell me about your freaking weekend, Tiggy Nation. Tell me about your week, your weekend. Give me it.
My week and weekend were good. I played a lot of golf last week. Played, I think, Tuesday, Thursday, and again on Sunday. And I'm going to be honest, I've been playing the best golf of my life. I know I've been mentioning it, but I have not shot above an 85 in the last 8 rounds, which is pretty remarkable. Before June, I hadn't really even broken into the 80s. And in 1 month, I was breaking into the 80s. I even got into the 70s. And I've just been really consistent in the 80s, like low to mid 80s, which I think is a good spot for me because I'm at a point where I'm shooting like an 80 to 83, and I'm literally taking like 2 or 3 drops on drives I miss. And when I take a drop, I lose essentially 2 strokes. So if I don't do that, I'm shooting high 70s, which is extremely well. So I'm playing very good golf. I'm striking the ball well. And I don't know, it feels good to kind of like master it on your own, which is essentially golf because it's you against the course. It's not a team sport by any means, It's very mentally taxing. It's physically tolling, especially in this heat because it's 100 degrees starting at 9 a.m. So I'm extremely happy with myself in terms of my golf game. So very excited on that. And then I've just been playing some video games. Not many. I'm trying to think. Haven't been watching much TV. Just been watching like a lot of YouTube and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I feel that I'm working on. I do have a car story I want to bring up later. I got a car story. Let's pencil that in a car story, Tiki car story. While we wait, let's hear what were you up to, JT?
You know what? Let's see. Well, first off, congrats on the golf stuff. That's awesome.
Thank you.
The whole mental battle thing, reminds me of my makes me think of my whole fishing journey right now. And you know what? I'm the first to say I'm not ashamed. Haven't caught a fish yet.
What?
Yes. No excuses. No excuses. They stare me right in the freaking face. They're trolling me. Hey, but listen, this is a test. This is a bigger test, okay, than just a man going fishing. All right. This is a mental toughness journey I'm on. And I will not give up. And you guys will be the first to know when I catch a fish. It's been really hot. So I will say, they don't like to, makes it a lot harder when it's like really hot out. But I have a good time doing it. Been studying up on my different lures and how to bait them on the hook. So I've actually gotten really good at that aspect, lining it and putting different lures on and things like that. So I'm getting good there, tying the knots.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been good practice, and it's good. It teaches you got to be patient. You got to be patient out there, be mentally tough. But it's been good. That's been cool. Oh, I have a big life update here.
Okay.
I did it. I bit the bullet after all these years, and I deleted TikTok.
Oh, look at this guy, huh?
Now, am I going to say I'll never download it back? Not going to promise you that. But I find myself, and I know we've all been there, you're just aimlessly swiping. Sometimes it feels like you're doing it for freaking hours. And I'm like, you know what? I'm a prisoner to this right at this current second. I'm like, I'm a prisoner to TikTok. I'm no longer going to let it consume me, or I'm no longer going to consume it, or I'm no longer going to let it consume me. So I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll delete it. It's been pretty cool. So that's cool. I went to Iowa, Okoboji Lake, in Iowa, with some of my friends, some of the Gregs. We went and saw Colleen and her husband Travis. His parents have a little condo out there, so we all went out there and hung out, did some lake stuff, got on a boat, went to some cool restaurants, had a good time. So that was good. A little worn out still, but it was a good time. Good to get to see everyone. And now we're here, Tiggy Nation, and now we're back.
Now we are here. That's cool, man. I feel like you've been traveling a lot. I feel like every week you've been somewhere.
Yeah.
That's just sick. That's really cool.
Well, it is, but that's a good, segue in. Traveling, man, takes it freaking out of me. I don't know about you, but like, it's more so the act of the travel.
Yeah.
Like getting there, getting back in your groove once you get back. It really takes it out of me,
Yeah, it's a real pain because, like, too, are you leaving the car at the airport or are you Ubering there? I mean, you get back, you wait for your bags, you get in your car, you're stuck in traffic. It's like, oh, it almost makes it not worth it to deal with the travel of it, So, and especially if you're just doing like a weekend trip, it's like 2 days, maybe like 3 nights, 2 days or something like that. And it's like, oh my God, you're taking a day off work and the rest of the week's miserable. But you know what, JT? The thing is, you probably had a lot more fun on your trip, even though there was some misery involved, than anyone else at your company that wasn't doing anything interesting. You know what I mean? Like, that's more entertaining than just going home and spending time at home, you know?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. No, it was definitely a good time. Definitely had a great time. But that travel sometimes, man, kicks you right in the ass.
Yeah.
Missed a flight.
No way.
Yeah. So on our way back, it was either do a direct flight, which you can't beat a direct flight, but it was either do a direct flight, but it was at like 7 a.m. on Sunday, and we were an hour and a half away. I'm like, no, not doing that. So we had a connecting flight. Our first leg of the flight got a little delayed. So our connecting flight was just kind of like, screw you, and we just didn't make it. They put us on the next one, but it was still like, oh my gosh. Never missed a flight before. First time for everything.
So it's interesting you say that. I will mention a missed flight story as well, but so it's interesting you didn't go for the 7 a.m. early morning flight. Because maybe I'm just an old man, but it's like, listen, like straight through flight, it's probably only 2-3 hours rather than a 7-hour layover day. And then you miss a flight. It's like, dude, I'm getting up at 4 a.m. Let's go. Let's go, Angie. Come on. Did Angie go with you?
Yeah.
I would be like, let's go, Angie. I'll wake up. I'll drive. Let's go. We're in there. We're getting home at 10 o'clock a.m. and we got the whole Sunday to relax.
Well, see here, that I would normally do that. Like if it was just like a regular trip, but I know like when I get with that group, like we're just drinking beers, and I'm like, no, I'm just not. I'm just gonna get to let myself sleep in a little bit and screw it. But normally, I feel like I would do that. Yeah, you really can't beat a direct flight.
Yeah, I don't know. So, let me ask you. So on these trips, like you and the Gregs, and I know you guys go at it. How much are you drinking on these weekends? You know what I mean?
Well, Tiggy Nation, I'll be honest, and they'll be the first to admit this as well. I can't freaking hang anymore. Drinking wise, I can't, like, I'm good, but I can't not just do it like I used to. I can't wake up at 8 a.m. and just do it all.
You're not drinking 12 beers every time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would just not be a good time the next day. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to ruin my freaking trip, but a lot. I don't even know. Oh God. I wish I mean, we drank a few bottles of, I'd say at least
liquor? You guys drinking hard liquor?
At least 4 bottles of liquor. Probably probably like 430 racks of beer.
Yeah, holy fuck.
Maybe even more. Honestly, I wish I knew, but a lot. And that's now when we're 30. Like if it was like 6 years ago, it's actually sickening when I look back on it.
Gotcha. Well, I admire, I mean, hey, all the admiration for you, because I'm drinking like I remember going to, I'm trying to think, like Connor's bachelor party, like 3-4 years ago. And I would have been only like 26. We're at a lake house, all outside. It's like we're having a good time. There's like 20 of us in the freaking house. Everyone was friendly, super sick time. Like, honestly, I think I remember every single moment of that weekend. Like I'm at a point where either I'm not drinking enough or I'm just like, I don't enjoy it that much. I'm not trying to get absolutely fucked up beyond recognition.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to have, I don't know, anywhere from 3 to like 7 or 8 drinks. If it's a little more, I'm still drinking water with it too and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that helps.
God. Yeah. 100%.
But I'm recalling everything. Like if anyone needs an expert witness on what happened, I will tell you exactly what happened, because I am drinking water before the bed. I'm having no spins. I'm waking up early, and I will tell you exactly what happened, because I will be fully cognizant the entire time.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there these days. I'm with you there these days too. Like we were the first ones to go to bed. I'm drinking waters, Gatorades throughout the whole freaking day. Definitely had a good time. And what I've realized when I'd always be like majorly hurting is when I drink too many beers, like too many beers. So I'm like, this vacation for the most of the time, I was sipping I made myself like a little mixed drink I casually drink a few throughout the day, and maybe get a little buzzed up, but not, usually drink Gatorades, water. So I feel you there. Definitely had a good time. Glad I controlled myself though. It's called growth, Tiggy Nation. You know what I mean?
It's called growth.
But it was good. It was good. It was a good time.
Nice. Well, that's awesome. Funny enough, so let me ask you this. So when you think of a seltzer, like I'm saying, like, hey, can you grab me a seltzer? What are you grabbing me?
Ooh. Well, the first thing I want to grab you is a High Noon if they're available.
Mm-hmm.
But seltzer, freaking White Claw. I'm
Okay.
a classic. I'm a classic guy with the seltzers, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What
So
what do you think?
What about if I say, like, hey, can you grab me a Topo Chico? You grab me.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
So I won't mention one of my roommates. He goes, hey, they were both going to Scottsdale. One of their moms lives out here and stuff. So they went out and he was like, hey, can you grab me a Topo Chico? They're like, sure. They grab it to him. He opens it. He drinks it on the way over to Scottsdale. And drinks it over to Scottsdale, leaves it in the truck. They go have like dinner over there. He drives back with it, and the other roommate grabs it and puts it in the fridge. He's like, hey, where'd my seltzer go? I was like, I put it in the fridge. Like, do you want it? And he was like, yeah. What do you mean? And he was like, well, I didn't know if you were going to still keep drinking like throughout the day. And he was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, this is a seltzer. And he's like, yeah, it's a Topo Chico. And he's like, yeah, it's got alcohol in it, you dumbass. And so he just was drinking while driving. Because where he's from, like, I guess he just drinks seltzer water, and Topo Chico has non-alcoholic seltzer water. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a seltzer water brand. They also make alcoholic beverages. You're like me, though. I hear Topo Chico, I'm like, oh, like an alcoholic seltzer. Yeah, I got it. So he was unaware that all the seltzers, like when you say seltzer, it's assumed alcohol, I think, nowadays.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. And was that the car story?
No, that was not the car.
Okay, wait, hold on. I got another just on that topic. Dude, and you know what? The one night where I probably did, get the most buzzed up was we stayed in, which I'm all about that now. Like if we got what we need, we got our speaker. I love just kind of staying in and just partying at the house.
Playing cards or something, or
yeah, oh yeah, playing games, listening to music. Mason was making espresso martinis.
Oh, baby!
And I'm like, listen, that wasn't the first time I had one, but I'm like, I'm loving this. So like, you get me. Now I'm not drinking espresso martini every night or whatever. But have you ever had one?
I have.
They're freaking. They are smacking.
Yeah. They're very good.
They're very good. So I just had to tell that quick story. That was the night I definitely got the most tuned up there, the night we stayed in, which that checks out. But delicious. Love a nice espresso.
Hell yeah. Well, let's go back to the plane. So I have missed a flight. So it was it was after Mike's wedding.
So you did. Okay. I don't even know if I ever found out if you did miss it, but that's too funny because I remember that going on.
Yeah.
The night before.
Yeah, first weekend after Mike's wedding, going to see her, and
oh yeah.
I don't know what happened. I don't know because like I literally had time. I don't know. I think I was trying. I'm very like in my mind. I have the perfect schedule. I'm like, and everything's gonna go my way. Everything goes my way. It's all going to work out. And I left and I'm like, oh, it's only 20 minutes to the airport. There must have been like 3 wrecks on the way because it took me like an hour and a half to get to the airport.
Oh, no.
It's only 20 miles. And I had to park. I couldn't park at the terminal because it was full. I had to park kind of next to it and take a shuttle. And I'm literally like, I run up to the shuttle leaves, and I'm standing there for another like 10, 15 minutes.
Dude.
I could have just ran outside, like on the street or something. So I get there, I'm the guy, right? And I have TSA pre-check. So I'm like, oh, it'll be so quick. 50 people in line for pre-check. And I'm the guy going, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I have a flight that's boarding right now. Please, can I cut? Can I cut? Can I cut? And I make the murmur all the way through the line. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I never do this. I'm so sorry. I really got to catch this flight. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not even waiting for them to let me go. I'm just like walking through people. I get to the front. They get me through. I'm like, cool, go, security. I'm like sprinting through the airport, I get to the gates. Doors closed. Doors closed. Doors closed. I'm like, it's at least got to delay a little bit, right? It's got to delay like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Doors closed. And I'm just like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm going to have to make this call and say I'm not on this flight. You know what I mean? It was absolutely brutal. So unfortunate. And like the lady comes to the door. I'm like, is there any way I can get on the flight? They're like, no, I'm sorry. The door's closed. And I'm like, I feel bad because I was like a little rude because I'm like, please, like in my mind, I just want it to work out. I'm trying to make it all work out for me. I was a little rude to the employee. I feel bad about that. But I was like, my seat's there. In my mind, I'm like, they probably gave my seat away because I'm a dumbass and wasn't there, Yeah. Oh, brutal. So I feel the pain. Well, I missed the flight a different way how you missed a flight, But,
dude, yeah, and that was not a good feeling. But at that point, I was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like we were running and we were like, oh, it's 2 minutes past boarding. Like, and then we just stopped and we're like, oh, we'll still go to see if we can make it. Yeah. And there, obviously we didn't make it, but not cool. But hey, for a good experience, good memory. No, to your point about the schedule, that is too funny because it just made me think. I am all about in my life and in work time management, right? Like that is everything too. I think that is like a personality trait of mine. I think. And Angie is the complete opposite. She, after our time, years together, she's come around. She gets it now, but she's too funny. Like the way her mind operates is that, okay, let's say we got to be somewhere at 9. In her mind, if she's ready by 9, she's good. She doesn't factor in like the travel time. It's like, oh, I can't believe I'm late. It's like, yeah, it's a 20-minute drive to where we got to go.
Yeah.
And that just made me think of that because it's just so funny. Like God puts you in funny situations where it's like I'm the time management guy and she's the one that was always late.
Yeah, I can attest to this as well because every week JT, like we'll give a time to meet up and JT will do like the SpongeBob sitting at the lunch table by himself, hands together, like waiting here. So I can attest to that. I would say I'm more the opposite but honestly, like if I'm late, it's like 5 minutes. Like I'm not holding anyone up, but like, hey, if 5 minutes is gonna kill you, that's fine. I'll drive myself or I'll meet you there, whatever. But like, I don't know. If someone's super late, like 20 minutes, that's a lot. That is. But I think 5 minutes, that's in a grace period,
Yeah, no, for sure. And yeah, people, you run into shit all the time. Like, so, I give people grace, but then, if it's constant, if it's standard, this person's not talking about you.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm talking about like standard. Someone shows up like 15 minutes late every time. That'll get me going.
That gets you going. You're on the top of JT's list.
Yep, on top of my list.
All right, I got a car story.
What else? Yeah, what's going on? What's this car story you've been dying to
tell me? I got so I came here and I didn't bring my car. I didn't bring a car over or anything when I came out to Arizona, but I'm in the military, so I'm like, hey, well, I'm gonna look at leasing options because I could just like buy a car, but my understanding of the military was you're in a place for 2 years and then you usually move somewhere else or go overseas and stuff like that. So I'm like, I might just lease a new car so then I won't have to worry about any of the maintenance really or anything. And if I get overseas orders, I can break the lease. I can just return the car. Payments are off. Cool. Too easy. So I leased this car. And I think I was a little naive when I leased the car. I don't think I fought for a really good deal because in my mind, I'm like, oh, it's a lease. You know, it's like, whatever, I'll break it. And the end of the payment, it was a 2021 Sentra. And at the end of the lease, the 3-year lease, I have the option to buy it out. And that price is going to be stagnant. It's like $12,000. I'm like, okay, makes sense. Like, you know, I'm paying, I put some money down. The payments were, you know, 2 something a month or whatever like that. So it's like I'm basically gonna be paying half the car for the lease, half the car on the back end. Brand new car. Nice. I liked it, fit, gets me to A to B. I'm not a huge car person, so I'm like, cool. It works. So we're at the point now where it's about 3 years. And they keep calling me saying, hey, come in for like an early lease buyout option, you know, like a lease buyout deal, yada 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 yada. So I go there last week and I'm like, hey, here for the lease buyout. You know, this guy Chris keeps calling me. Cool. Going to meet him, talking with him. He puts in front of me a bill for $17,000. And I'm like, whoa, the buyout should be like $12,000. And they're like, well, yeah, but there's like a license tax and then like these you know, transaction fees. And then we got to put this Amtrak paint on and it's like legal by Arizona. And then, you know, we got some other stuff we just had to like throw in there. I'm like, what's this Amtrak that's legal? He's like, well, it's like you got to put this finish on the paint, but you know, we have some add-ons. I'm like, I don't want any add-ons. Whatever's legally required, that's fine. Like, I don't care about the additional add-ons. They're like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Cool. Price knocked off like $700. I'm like, okay. Then it's just the salesman and he can't even negotiate the price. He's just, I'm a number on his unit for the month, you know, just change a lease to a buy. He's like, I don't make any commission. You're just a number. I need a unit. So I just want to be attached to this lease buyout. I don't care. I hope you get a good deal, honestly. So the guy comes out and he's like, oh, like, are you surprised? I'm like, yeah, I'm surprised. I have a thing at the end of my lease for $12,000 and you're throwing 17 in front of me. It's $5,000 more. Like that's an additional, what, 30, 40% on top. It's like, of course I wasn't prepared for this. Like, what is this? Somehow then he just starts writing down numbers on the paper. He's like, would you be willing to pay this? Would you be willing to pay this? And then he drops it all the way down to like 13,000. I'm like, yeah, I'll pay the least I possibly can. That's my goal, you know? And he was like, would you be happy if we can walk out today and like we can put something in paper and stuff? And I was like, listen, like I'm gonna have to move money around anyway because I want to like buy most of it out or put a down payment. You know what I mean? It's like, listen, I'm going to have to like move money around on different accounts to like bring it in anyway. So I don't really want to sign anything right now anyway. Like I want a deal where I can come back with a check to put a down payment or to buy it out or to work out something. Like I want to come back with a full plan and then I'll sign. You know what I mean? I want a number now. I'm not signing anything until I get like a number. The issue is it's a lease buyout. So you know what? They don't have to give me that. Like it doesn't even make sense for them to want to sell me the car back, honestly. Because they can just turn around. I looked at the Kelley Blue Book. The Kelley Blue Book is like 17 grand because it's only got 25,000 miles on it, 3 years old, and there's no issues with it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like worst case, I can literally just buy it out and then sell it privately for that price probably or something similar. So anyway, somehow it gets down to like 15,000. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, well, it's $2,000 less. But in my mind, I'm like, well, I'm going to come back. And he gave me the sheet and he's like, this is kind of static, you know, like come back. This is a good deal. We'll work with this. I'm like, cool. So I go back Sunday and I'm like, cool, let's try to get a deal. Let's try. Maybe I can get a little less. I don't know. Who knows? But like if I have to pay 15,000, if I have to pay an extra, whatever, 2,500, cause whatever, it's like, it's better than paying 17,000. So in my mind, I'm like, well, at least I'm getting a deal. So I go in and then it's like $15,500. And I'm like, what happened from today to 3 days ago? Because then I got this 15. He's like, well, it's this certain tax that wasn't included. And I'm like, dude, what do you mean what certain tax? Like, what are we talking about? Like every day I come in and some extra things coming in. But technically they could probably do that because again, in their best interest, it isn't even an incentive to sell me the car. You know what I mean? It isn't even an incentive. They could just make up anything. So I'm like, God damn it. And then he's like, well, what would you be willing to pay? Like 14.5? Like, I'm like, yeah, I would rather pay less. So he's like, all right, well, I got to call the boss and see. He calls the boss, comes back. He's like, yeah, he said no. Like he's the lease buyout. Nothing we can really negotiate on the price. You know, this isn't this is the lease price that was at the end. So I'm like, oh, whatever. So, but the issue is, car battery died a couple weeks ago. I got it replaced free of charge. But when I was opening the hood to kind of like jumpstart the car, I have one of those like automatic starters a couple times because it just kept dying randomly, like before I would start it. And somehow with the hood of me opening the hood, the like corner of the hood close to my windshield is like bent into like, it's kind of like bent just from opening the hood of the car. So I'm like, well, listen, the hood of my car has a little bend in it because the battery kept dying. I got it replaced, but I'm hoping I could take it to the service thing across the street that you guys do, see if I can get that free on the lease. I'm like, what? I have one more month payment. Well, one more month payment, that'll be $2 something less on the final payment anyway, and I can maybe get this fixed free of charge before my lease runs out. You know what I mean? So, hey, if there's nothing you can do about the price, next month it'll be $2 something less, right? They're like, well, yeah, essentially. I'm like, cool. Okay, well then I'm just going to do that because I kept getting told there was some early lease buyout deal, and apparently you guys can't offer a deal. So what? Like, I'm like, I don't know why you guys keep calling me multiple times a day, leaving me voicemails. I don't know. So that's my car buying. That's my car buying experience. I would recommend, if you are getting a car lease, always don't seem too eager to buy it, and always be like, okay, well, I'll try to come back, because then if you say you'll come back, they'll literally just keep throwing numbers in front of you until you say yes to one, and they'll probably drop it by multiple thousands of dollars. So I think if I would have negotiated the first time when the initial lease, I would have a better payment now, you know? So
right. Gotcha.
Because I already negotiated 3 years ago poorly, I think I'm in the spot where I'm like, holy shit, you know? But
learning experience.
Irregardless, yeah. At the end of the day, you got to be happy with what you pay. I was fine with the car payment. Now I feel like I'm kind of getting jerked around a little bit, and you know, they had me on their hook. And again, it's not an incentive for them to really sell me the car because they can get away with a lot more by keeping it. So,
God dang it, folks! You heard it here about leasing a car. Make sure you do your research before, and you know, just keep kind of stiffen them, and they'll lower the price there for you. So never leased a car. I'm not a big car guy either, really. I don't know. I don't even think I talk about this. I don't really care about cars. I don't even know. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I popped the hood, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, do you? Like, do you know?
No. The only thing I know how to do is, like, if the battery's dead, I can jumpstart a car, and then I can check the oil. And, you know, you get the dipstick out, you run a paper towel, make sure it's between the lines. That's essentially it. Everything else, I'm out. But when I took my battery in to get replaced, they were like, here's some things too you can get replaced. This guy showed me a bill for like $1,800, and I'm like, where's the battery? He's like, oh, the battery is free of charge. This is stuff like probably overdue, what you want to get. I'm like, okay, I got to think about it. I start Googling. I can probably do all the repairs myself by watching a YouTube video and probably spending a day on the car. And I can probably save, what I say, $1,800. I can probably save $1,600 doing it all myself. You know, it was like wiper blades, carbon air filter, different air filter. And it's like, I literally Googled and it's like, oh yeah, super easy. You can buy the part, $20 Amazon, watch a YouTube video, easiest thing you can change. I'm like, these guys just rip people off.
Yeah. It's really like the show Tires with Shane Gillis. That's exactly what they would do.
I haven't seen that. I know Jake said it was really good. I got to get on and watch that.
It's funny. It's really funny. It's just kind of a good throw it on kind of show. You know what I mean? And laugh. But yeah. What else is going on? Oh God.
Rom-com. You said you watched a couple rom-coms.
Oh, I watched 2 rom-coms.
Let's close it out with that. Let's close it out with your rom-coms, huh?
Yeah, because it's freaking 9 o'clock taking issue. You know, you realize I know it's 6 o'clock there. It's 9 freaking PM here. Okay. I'm in bed right now. Anyway. All right, so there's a new one. It's one of your real cheesy Netflix ones, but that's all right with me. It's called, what is it called? Harry Connick Jr. Okay, it's called Find Me Falling with Harry Connick Jr. And it's essentially about like this guy is like a retired rock star who moved from America and went to live in Greece or something.
Uh-huh.
And he ran into his old lover and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
But I like it because it's a good one because it's like older folks. You know what I mean? Like probably 50s, 50 mid 50-year-old one people. So it's just kind of a little different, little different take. You know?
Yeah.
It's usually like the young hot couple does whatever in a rom com. So it was really good. It was just a nice. It was. I liked it a lot. Greece. It makes me want to go to Greece.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's Greece. I recommend that to anyone who likes nice rom com, especially Netflix originals are usually pretty good. But then I'm late to the party on this one. But then we watched Anyone But You with as Angie would call her, Sweeney Weenie, because she still it's funny. She still has a little broken things she says.
Yeah.
So she says, "Oh, it's Sweeney Weenie." Yeah, so Sweeney Weenie. And Glenn Powell. Honestly, great freaking movie.
Yeah.
I loved it. I've watched it. I've rewatched it already. Actually watched it on an airplane back this weekend. I freaking love that movie. I actually really liked both of them in it. I liked Sydney Sweeney in it because she wasn't like her character in Euphoria. Like she wasn't like a dumb, like stupid bitch, you know, like how she is in that show. No, anyone who watches Euphoria knows that's correct. Like she was a crazy psycho in Euphoria.
Yeah.
But she was like cool, like you know, just I liked her character. She was good in it, and Glenn Powell's freaking hysterical.
Yeah.
And then they have freaking Gata in it.
Do they?
From Little Dicky. Did you watch Anyone But You?
I haven't.
Oh my gosh, Tiggy Nation.
Good
You gotta
stuff.
watch it. I think it's on. They're both on Netflix. I think.
Yeah.
But watch Anyone But You first if you're gonna watch one.
Okay.
Gata's in it. He's just like he's one of those actors. He's just such a great like side character. I don't know if he would appreciate that.
I think
saying that.
I think
but
you
like,
would when you're the side character of a Little Dicky show.
He's that perfect like Timon and Pumbaa esque comic relief funny character. He was great in it. Super good. And they were in Australia. So both movies are in like beautiful places. Funny, good, you know, good love story. So I recommend both to anyone who's wanting to watch a nice rom-com.
That's cool. Did you and Angie both watch it on the way back? Do you guys watch the same movie?
Well, here's the thing, Tiggy Nation. American Airlines sucks.
No way, dude. You didn't buy the seats next to each other?
No. We sat next to each other.
Oh, okay.
But I'm telling you, Delta compared to American Airlines, oh my God, incomparable. Incomparable.
Delta's got the TVs in the back of the seats.
Delta's got the TVs, the nice flight attendants.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. American Airlines, oh my gosh. Like, no TV. Sorry, I'm sounding like an asshole, but you know what?
Here's
Delta
your damn peanuts. You want soda? You're not getting the full can.
Yeah, right. But anyway, so no, we didn't. She watched her. Actually, how funny is this? She watched Oppenheimer, and I watched Anyone But You.
There we go.
But no, she watched Oppenheimer, and I watched Anyone But You.
Okay.
But so that was cool.
Yeah. Jesus.
I still need to watch Oppenheimer, actually.
Oh, it's not bad. I watched it a couple times. I like it. I think it runs along. I think that came out last year, right? It came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it won some Oscars, but oh man, I forget. I saw something else I really liked a lot better. But good movie, a little long, very artsy, was like kind of made to like win awards, you know what I mean?
Right. Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
It's one of those movies, you know, but still very good. Still very good. I think Robert Downey Jr. won an award.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they both did. Wait, who? Did Cillian Murphy not win the? I thought he won the Oscar for it.
I don't think so. I think. Let me look at Oscar. Oscar winners 2023.
Yeah, he won. Yeah, he won Best Actor.
Is it 2024? 2024.
2024. Wait, that was just So that just happened. But
He did win. Okay.
RDJ won as well,
yes.
Which is fire. That's pretty cool.
I don't know why I thought he didn't win. What else was happening that? I don't know. I don't know. A lot of Oppenheimer though. A lot of Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know what I thought might have won. Maybe I'm thinking of the year before.
Maybe it all freaking runs together anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Piggy Nation. But all right. That's all I got for you.
Yeah, that was a good story time episode. We talked before the episode. I'm like, what the hell are we going to talk about? And we just told stories for 55 minutes.
You know what? I liked it. I enjoyed it. So it was a great time. Hey guys, thanks for hopping back in line with us. Thanks for a nice story time, bedtime story before class tomorrow. Great time as always. Tiggy Nation. We'll catch you next week.
Oh my gosh, dude. I don't know if I'm still recording.
Bye-bye.